Good morning. This is another drive through with Don. I'm president of Applied Vision Works, and right now I just wanted to talk about the war that's going on. And I think the war, in some ways, is COVID 19. The problem is we've got bigger issues than that. And the issues I think that we have, I believe it was Harry Truman said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. And the reason I think that's important is I'm finding a lot of clients have emotional fatigue. It's typically the top people in an organization. I was talking to the CEO of a 350 employee company a couple days ago, and they're giving everything they can to people. And what they're finding, people are polarized into two different camps. One, this isn't a big deal. Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. And what leaders are finding is that trying to bring people to a more balanced middle ground is very, very difficult at the moment. So part of the recipe that seems to be helping this emotional fatigue is one, letting people vent, letting them say their piece, whether it's this extreme, something in the middle, or something else completely. People have to get that out. It's important that we listen. We do our market research with employees, customers, suppliers, because if they don't vent, they're not going to feel heard. And if they don't feel heard, they won't listen to us. The second step is once they vent, we've got a fork in the road. Either do we empathize with them, gee, I understand how you feel, blah, 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 or do we say, hey, I understand how you feel, I felt that way, but recently I heard, for example, the reason we have twice as many cases in North Carolina is because they're doing more than twice as much testing. So actually the incidence of COVID-19, at least in North Carolina, is actually about the same. It's not twice as worse. That presents another alternative. But sometimes people aren't ready for that. So as leaders, we've got to figure out, once they vent, based on that, are they open to seeing it differently? At some point, we do have to get people to be realistic. Somebody saying the glass is half full or half empty is a very simplistic view of the world. The reality is it's half full and it's half empty. The fact is, it might be 3/4 full, a quarter empty, or vice versa. I also think we could recognize the glass is beautiful. The glass is also refillable. I think we get into these very simplistic conversations that don't have any sophistication, and therefore they become inaccurate because it's taking a narrow slice of something and applying it to everything in the whole picture, and that's not good. I could look at a rose and complain about the thorns. I can look at the rose itself and say, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. But the reality, a rose is the beauty as well as the thorns, part of the program. I also think getting people to focus on the long term as well as the intermediate bridges to get there. I just had a conversation with somebody about matrix leadership in their organization. They're transitioning from a traditional hierarchy org chart to more of a matrix form of leadership teams culture. And basically what he was telling me was, we still have to get here even though we're dealing with this, but here's the bridges. He did a very nice job of explaining to me how he was explaining to his team, not just how to handle the existing, but how to get there. The third piece is get people to take action. And sometimes it's more action, sometimes it's less. One of the lesser actions I'm trying to get people to do at the moment is to quit taking in constant data about what's going on with COVID-19. I quite frankly listen to one news report every day, use that to kind of get a baseline. I have a lot of people telling me stuff through the day, so that's kind of a second set of data that I'm getting. But ultimately, sometimes we've got to figure out what action to take that's more of something, sometimes it's less, and sometimes we simply need to adjust what we're doing. So I think emotional fatigue for those of you at the top is absolutely real, for heads of families, etc. The key is, how do we handle it and at the same time be effective working with other people? We can't be fully in the game all the time. We've got to know when to pull back. Most leaders I'm talking to are sleeping more, eating better, exercising better than they ever have, because they know that helps protect them, take care of them against emotional fatigue, allows them to do more engagement. So as we come out of this thing, they'll be better positioned. So I wanted to share that with you because I think it's very important. We've written a couple of books. We've done a number of podcasts. Would love to chat with you. My email is dhadley@appliedvisionworks.com. My cell phone is 919-369-0008. Thank you.